Singaporeans' social graces, or rather the lack of, has been a subject of much debate. A recent commentary in the Sydney Morning Herald ruffled some feathers when it said that Singaporeans lack manners. One of the examples Australian journalist Tamara Thiessen gave was that Singaporeans depended on the many campaigns to regulate their behaviour. Some of the campaigns that were named in the article are the Be a Smile Champion campaign, launched about 2 weeks ago to put Singaporeans in a cheerful mood for the first ever Youth Olympic Games. And of course, not forgetting the well-known Courtesy campaign, launched in 1979 to encourage Singaporeans to be more kind and considerate. While the article criticised Singapore for being a campaign city, Australia has its fair share of campaigns too. For instance, Australia's Don't Be a Dickhead campaign, launched this March, chides drivers for talking on their phones and not wearing seatbelts while driving. The slogan has been slammed in Australia as being inappropriate. Another campaign, Free Hugs, encourages Australians to, well, share the love. So, it seems that both Australia and Singapore use campaigns to raise social awareness. The question is, does Singapore deserve the tag of campaign city? And are locals heavily dependent on campaigns to regulate their social behaviour? RazorTV hits the streets to find out more. A follow-up comment was that Singapore is a campaign city. We have the kindness movement and courtesy campaign because we are rude. So how about that statement? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, just because we promote something doesn't mean we lack in it. And for example, like China, Beijing 208, they had campaigns. Well, it was to encourage certain attitudes. But it does not necessarily mean it's bad. We are a campaign city because we want to create more awareness and we want to be more learned and to help people make decisions better. It doesn't mean that we are bad in that sense.
I think from an outsider's point of view, we do have a lot of these campaigns. Whether they are valid or not, I don't really think you can assess or judge in one lifetime. You know what I mean? Or by one experience or having lived here for a month or two, you know. It really depends on where you work or who you meet on a daily basis.
I would see it from another point of view where the Singapore government would like to pursue these campaigns to try to remind Singaporeans rather than to enforce upon Singaporeans the idea of well-manneredness.
It's sad when we are told to smile. Yes, I wouldn't think that we are the rudest people, but maybe we need to work a little bit on our graciousness and smile more without being told to smile.
It's everyone's responsibility to be courteous. But even though you do campaign also, it still doesn't change anything to me. It just wastes government's and taxpayers' money, basically.
We Asians are brought up to be courteous, to follow the religion and stuff. So most of our upbringings are good. So I don't think we need this kind of courtesy day or
I think not really. I mean that this kind of campaign is to, educate people since young. We try to be kind to each other. I mean, to build a more gracious society. So I don't really agree with the journalists trying to say because Singaporeans are rude, that's why we have this kind of campaign.
So another comment that the same journalist made was Singapore is a campaign city. We have the courtesy campaign and kindness movement. It's because the people are rude. So what do you think about this statement?
No, I think sorry, I can't curse or anything, but then it's better, it's good for us because we're actually aware of everything around us. So actually to implement better life on everybody's people.
Despite the mixed views, people recognize the pros and cons of campaigns. While different countries have their own campaigns for different purposes, for Singapore, locals seem to view campaigns as a tool to remind rather than to regulate.